Hey, Dr. Vanessa here. If you're new, welcome. The video you came for will start shortly, but if you came looking for part 3 in my series on helpful tips for moms with littles, I promise you, I got you. That one will be the next video, but it's Mother's Day. Well, it was Mother's Day yesterday, and so I had to do a video just for the mamas to honor the occasion. And so that's the video you'll be enjoying shortly. See you next week for part 3 in the series. Don't forget now. Let's get to the video. Hey, I'm Dr. Vanessa, and in this video, you and I will talk about how to love yourself throughout all the seasons of motherhood instead of losing yourself. And this is an important conversation because it's what a lot of mothers do. I now have been a mother for 21 years, and it has had to be a concerted effort to avoid completely losing who I am as a woman just because 3 young people call me mom. And yeah, if I had to boil it down, if I had to make it really practical, because I've made other videos about the importance of self-care being more than just care of the body, because we're spirit, soul, and body. And so self-care really involves taking care of your body, taking care of your soul, taking care of your spirit. And in this video, though, I want to get really practical and make it really simple. And like in 3 different seasons of motherhood, talk about the one thing you can do each season that is really self-honoring, really an act of love for yourself, for who you are as an individual, separate from whose wife you are, whose mother you are, just who you are as an individual, what you can do to stay in touch with her, to honor her, and to love her, because losing her is not an option. And when I think of the newborn through, let's say, age 5, like before they're school aged, um, that's like the wheels are on, like the skates are on, and it's constant movement. Um, this person is so very dependent on you. And if you have more than one of those little persons, like I did, my sons are 17, 18 months apart. And so I had 2 at a time, essentially, and constant going. And so the thing that I could do, the one thing that I can do consistently, there were other things I could do, but if I had to bring it down to one thing that I would suggest to you, might sound vain, but invest in your aesthetic. Invest in how you look. And I don't even mean so much like extensive beauty treatments and all of that. I'm talking about putting clothes on every day that's comfortable and cute every day. If you're enjoying the content, this would be a great time to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Okay, let's get back to the video. Now, there are days when it's a home day, you know, you are trying to catch up on cleaning, trying to catch up on laundry. You just want to sit them in a corner with some toys and occupy themselves. We're not leaving the house today. Mama got things to do. I'm not talking about that. But even then, even my casual clothes are cute because for me, if somebody comes to the door, I want to feel like I'm ready for anything, not just ready for whatever might go down with my kids. I'm ready as a person for anything. If I have to run out last minute, if the kids needed something and I had to run out, I want to be in something that I was comfortable in the house in and was doing all the things I needed to do, and I could run out and run to the store and not skip a beat. I don't look crazy. I don't look like who done it and ran. Like, I thought about this. This is what I came up with. It works for the day, no matter what might come up. And I still feel good about myself because the facts are in. When you feel like you look good, listen to what I said. When you feel like you look good. So I'm not talking about being a fashionista. I'm talking about being put together. Because this notion that we have that mom means sloppy, or mom means I can check out from being a woman and just sort of look however because I have kids, ma'am, no. That's not like an equation. It doesn't, like, it's not that 1 + 1 = that. It does not. That is a decision that's made. and you can make a different decision. And what I'm saying to you, that part of staying in touch with yourself as a woman is dressing yourself like you're a woman, not like you're a mom, but like you're a woman who is in this season, or for the rest of her life she's a mom, but in this season she's an active mom. Like up until your children turn 18, you're an active mom. And in this season, when they are babies through toddlers, you are in the thick, you are on the floor playing with them, you are then cooking, you are then cleaning. But you can still do all that in an outfit that you're not shamed to be in, and where you go someplace and somebody's like, "Ma'am, do you need help?" Like, I know you're talking about the chat, but are you okay? No, I'm fine, and you can see that I'm fine because you see that I've put myself together. But I'm not talking about a runway model, and I'm not talking about the latest trends and the latest fashions. I mean that you took the time because you're a woman, and you did this before you became a mother. So this is not new. It's you being true to yourself and saying, "No, I'm still her, and she still likes to be put together." It's just that now she has to consider the variety of things that can happen in her day, and that she wants to be comfortable as she attacks these things, but she still wants to be cute. And at every price point, at any store, you can find outfits. You can find, if you want to call it a mom capsule, and this is my little kid a mom season, and these are the items that I have, and all of these items go together. I can crisscross, I can mix match, um, and then this is the variety of things I can work from. But in any given day, I'm not having to have a lot of thought. This and this goes together. This and this goes together. um if you're old enough, you know about granimals. And that's what that was. That was the colors matched. That you could put this with this, you could put that with, you could get your kids a whole closet full of clothes, and all of that stuff mixed and matched and went together, and you didn't really have to think about it. You need to do that version of granimals for yourself, the adult granimals. um, Depending on what you like. If you're an athleisure girl, go that route. If you like to be a little more zhuzhed up, then do what you need to do. But it just takes forethought, and it just takes the decision that I am loving me. I am loving me, and part of loving me is putting love into how I look. And it is not to impress others. It is really because when I look good, I feel good. And if you've gone a long time without looking good, then you're probably sitting there saying, "Dr. Vanessa, it's not that serious." It actually is. If you tried it, if you tried a week of, say, on the weekend, knowing what your week is like and saying, "Okay, this is my plan, and these are the outfits for the week," and then you put those on and go through your week, and then compare it to the week before when you kind of just threw on whatever and hit the ground running, you probably had a different mood, which impacted how you showed up with your children, the kind of grace you were able to give them, the kind of patience you were able to have with them, the way you were able to enjoy them, the way you rode the wave of mishaps. Like, you just were more even keeled because you also felt like, I have dressed for the occasion. I have shown up to handle what's coming my way. It does have an effect, and it is, if nothing else, a signal to you that you still value you, that you still recognize that you exist, that you are more than being a mother. You were someone before you were a mother. Motherhood has just added another layer to who you are. It's giving you more dimension. It's transforming you, but it is not diminishing you to where you don't exist as an individual. It is enhancing you. And when you dress as if you are still a human being with value, it does affect the other roles that you take on. And at that age group, that's probably the most consistent thing that you can do, and stay sane. And so I'm just, keep it light. Keep it light. Just focus on your body and what you're putting on your body. And listen, if you like something and it's really comfortable and it comes in several colors, and you just need to get several of those, and you switch the bottoms, or if it's a two piece and you like it in several colors, then get several colors. Just because you're just gonna be cute every day. It's just the same outfit, it's just different, but it's different colors. So that's new. Um, but that's what I'm talking about. Just the effort to stay in touch with the fact that you are a woman and you consider her still. You can still consider yourself, and you consider yourself at the very least in what you want to put on that makes you feel good and look good. So that's what I would suggest for anywhere from delivering your child up through when they're going to school. Hey there, just interrupting your video to let you know about something else you'll probably be interested in. Because as a mom, you know that there is no such thing as a lot of free time. You are moving nonstop from the time you get up to the time your head hits the pillow. And if you're like me, you can use some hacks to help you do what you do a whole lot easier in a lot less time. So, if you look in the description below, you'll find the link to 15 hacks that I'm happy to share with you that will get you your time and your sanity back. Okay, let's get back to the video. Now, when they're in school, and these things I'm suggesting, we're adding on to the previous. We're not quitting the cuteness when they go to school. We're still gonna be cute. But now what we can add on, and why we can add it on is because we have more bandwidth. They are now in school. They are not at your feet every day. Or, if you were home with them, or, you just have they're a little more mobile. You they have things that they can do themselves, and gives you a little more room to consider other things. They're sleeping through the night, so you have that time after they go to bed. Now you have some more time for yourself. What we add on there is investing in your mind. Investing in your mind. So that means let's be reading books. If you don't have time to sit and read a book that has pages, then listen to books. Listen to books while you're washing the dishes. Listen to books while you're driving to work. Listen to books while you're working out. Invest in your mind. If there is a hobby that you've always wanted to try, or a hobby that you used to do prior to your whole life changing with your child, how can you pick that back up? How can you incorporate that again? This is another way of staying in touch with who you were before, and or who you are becoming, because you are still growing as a woman. Yes, you're a mother, but you're still a woman. And so as you are evolving, and as uh, things, people invent things that you're interested in and you want to try and you want to incorporate, how can you add that? Just one thing. How can you entertain that? How can you try it? I had a season where I was like, oh, I love hand lettering. I love to see beautiful penmanship. I don't have beautiful penmanship, but I love to see it. That kind of cursive, but it's really handwritten. Like, I just love it. And so I went and got some pens and watched some videos, and downloaded the lady's worksheet, gave her my email, downloaded her worksheets, and started doing the hand lettering. It was, the equivalent for me of coloring when I was a kid, but this was making art out of words. I love words. I've written books. I'm talking. I love words. And so I was like, that's another way, and it's relaxing. So I, sat, and right now I'm still not good at it. I didn't keep it up, but I made room for that. I made room for that. When my children were that school aged, that's when I took a children's book writing course, because I'm a pediatrician. I love the kids. And so I had the idea of, ooh, wouldn't it be nice to write a children's book so that I'm still having impact on a larger number of children than just my own, because that is what I went into pediatrics for, to have impact on children. And so I was like, yeah, but I don't know where to begin with that. And so I took a children's book writing course. And when did I do that? I did that while they were at school. I did that in the evenings, because it was a go at your own pace kind of thing. But what is it that you have always wanted to do? What intrigues you? Do you want to do pottery? Do you want to make candles? Do you want to try your hand at making your own perfumed oils? Like, what do you like to do? And then research that out. I mean, you're on YouTube right now, so you know the deal. Find some videos on somebody talking about doing, teaching, whatever it is. Maybe you want to go on Skillshare or whatever else they have, and find out, learn how to do it, learn at your own pace. But it is a feeding of your mind that I am still a person who is still learning and growing. And even as I'm a part of my children learning and growing, mom is doing the same thing, because mom is what? Mom is a woman, and learning and growing never stops. And so taking the time to invest, because you have more time now, taking that time to invest. Your child's doing their homework, you sitting there doing your homework, y'all sitting together doing homework. This is the thing that you like to do and you're learning to do, and you are modeling for your child the concept that yes, we are always growing. If you're not growing, you're dead. You might not be physically growing, but there should be internal growth. There should be, as the world is changing and new things are springing up, you should be aware of those things and how those things can be a part of your life and make your life better, make your life easier, add dimension to your life, all kinds of things. So when they're school aged and they're learning and they're developing in their mind, you should still be developing in yours. And so that's another way that you can honor yourself and love yourself in that season of motherhood. Then you get to, we'll talk about teen years and beyond. We'll just keep it to those 3 seasons. Teen years and beyond, these kids not even looking for you. That's where I'm at. um my older ones, the ones who are, young 20s, or well, I have one who's about to turn 20. They're at a point now where they have lived enough life outside of our home that they're appreciating the things they didn't appreciate before. And so now I hear from them more often, and we have great conversations. But when you're in the thick of the teen years, where they think they know everything and you know nothing, and so they're busy being about whatever they think they know until they figure out that they got themselves into a corner and they got to come back and ask you to rescue them. But we'll talk about that in another video. But while they are doing their thing, because they think that they know best, you have a lot more free time. And hey, in that season, I encourage you to invest in your gifts. Maybe you say, Vanessa, what are you talking about gifts? I'm talking about the thing that you are good at, the thing that you are naturally good at, the thing that maybe you haven't been able to do as much because you were busy with your little ones when they were little. Then when they were school age, you were running them back and forth to school, running them back and forth to activities and all the things. And so the things that you're good at, the things that maybe you would volunteer and do, or if you're a writer, the book that you wanted to write, if you love to sing, are in the choir or wherever it is, or maybe you are great enough to perform live at the local establishment. You go to, the restaurant or the bar or the lounge that has open mic night, and you sign up and you go and do that. But developing your gift or gifts. Dr. Vanessa, I don't have a gift. Yes, you do. Everybody has a gift. If you didn't have a gift to give to the world, you would not be here. If you think about the Olympic event that was your conception, and all the sperm you had to outswim to get to that egg, you're supposed to be here. And you're here because there's something that you have to offer. And whatever that is, you need to get back in touch with that and then fine tune it. So then you can invest in that gift. And what if that gift is something that you can have a second stream of income at? Or if you've been home the whole time raising your children, as I have been, and now I have teenagers, and so now I'm looking at, okay, what's my next chapter? What gift have you been laying to the side that you need to dust off and fine tune and invest in? The investment can be um, education that helps you beef up that gift, and or it could just be spending money on setting yourself up to exercise that gift, to offer that gift. Whatever it is, think about what you have been naturally good at and then invest in that. Become even better at it. become super skilled at it. And if you just volunteer with it, or if you make a living doing it, it's a whole stream of income. It is something that honors you and reminds you that you are a gift to many people. Yes, you are a gift to your children, and you are a gift to others. The gift that you are is far reaching. I didn't say global, although it could be global, but it's bigger than your house. Your gift can bless more people than the people in your house. Kudos to you for prioritizing blessing your children and investing in them. But then this is the season now, teens and older, hey, they're doing their thing. If you've done what you're supposed to do, they are feeling super confident about themselves. And hopefully they're not out there wrecking their lives in that confidence. Like hopefully they are um thriving and doing well and checking in with you when they hit a bump and they need counsel and they need your advice. But you're not in the season of active parenting. Got to be there all the time. Need it all the time. That was the younger years. And so now you have time to think about what it is that I can do. And here's the problem that here's the problem that moms often make for themselves. If you're enjoying the content, this would be a great time to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. They wait until their children are teenagers to go, oh, who am I? Well, if you had stayed in touch with her all this time, you would know who she is. You would know how she likes to dress because you would have been thinking about that the whole time. This whole time, I've been conscientious of how I like to dress. And as my tastes have changed over the years, my wardrobe has changed. So I'm in touch with how I like to look and how I feel in clothing and what makes me feel good. Then when my kids went to school, I got in touch with what are the things I want to learn? What are the things that I've always wanted to learn and never did? Or what's going on now lately that intrigues me that I want to look into? I looked into day trading. I took a whole course on day trading. I still dabble here and there, but I'm a pediatrician. My life has had nothing to do with day trading. But when I heard a woman who looked like me talking about how she enjoys day trading, I was like, well, you know what? She talked about it with such enthusiasm. I was like, I'm gonna take her course and see what I can see. Um, and you know what? That investment that I made, even though I am not an active day trader now, it was not lost. I invested in myself. I found something that I was interested in and I took my money and I invested in it. And now I have a skill that, as much as I want to develop, I have now learned it. I can go back and develop. I still have access to the course, lifetime access. So I can refresh and dive deeper and do more trades more regularly. Sure, I can. But I wouldn't have been able to do any of that if I didn't think to invest in myself and invest in my mind. Now that my kids are teenagers and young adults and almost on to living their lives and watching them journey through that, I am also very aware of who I am as a woman and what is next for me. Will I always be their mom? I will always be their mom. They will always be my babies, but I will not always be an active, all the time, at the ready mom. They are now more self sufficient. I am more like a resource for them. They touch base, they pick my brain, they see what I think about something. I have all type of time now to really operate in and flourish in the other things that I'm good at. And because I have loved myself, I've loved them and I've loved myself through all of these seasons, I know who I am. And now I'm able to honor her and see what she can do in this season. And so it's an exciting time, and I encourage you to do the same. If you are, if your kids are older and you're like, I haven't been doing all this, then start now. Start now. Look at what you've been throwing on, and have an honest conversation with yourself. Do I feel good in this? Do I feel like I look good? Do I feel like I'm ready for the day and ready for what comes? If not, make some adjustments at the price point that is responsible concerning your financial status. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of price points. Get yourself an audiobook. What have you heard people talking about? What do you find interesting? Tap in. You want a book? I got one to recommend. I wrote a book called Daddy's Girl Forever. Come home to the truth about God's heart towards you. It's a great read, and it's on audiobook. So if you want to read that, you can start there. But there are all kinds of books. Another book I'll recommend is She's Still There by Crystal Evans Hurst, because that is about the fact that that little girl in you is still there and she's ready to play. She's ready to play now that you're the grown up you and you're making room for her. Let's go back and tap in with her and see what she's talking about. So that's another book I could recommend. What gifts and talents do you have that you sort of laid aside because you were prioritizing other people and other things, which is totally responsible and totally commendable. But hey, go back and see about those things and see what you can do to revive them and enjoy them and allow them to be a blessing to you and to others. So, if you have enjoyed this video, I'm glad. I would love to hear about it in the comments. What stood out to you? What move you're getting ready to make now that you've watched the video? And if you've enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and turn on your notifications. And please remember, when it comes to you being the mother of your children, you are the woman for the job, and you're a woman. Don't lose her. Love her. All right. Take care.